Hello, you're watching DD India and I'm Preeti presenting Express News. On behalf of DD India, wish you all a very happy Republic Day. President Draupadi Murmu presided over the 77th Republic Day celebrations at Kartavya Path in New Delhi by unfurling the national flag and led the nation in commemorating the historic day. As the 77th Republic Day celebrations began at Kartavya Path, Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid a wreath at the National War Memorial at the historical India Gate. The chief guests for this year's Republic Day were President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, and European Commission Chief, Ursula von der Leyen. The tableau of Ministry of Culture commemorated the 150th anniversary of the national song Vande Mataram, composed by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay in 1875. Vande Mataram has united Indians across regions. The tableau showcased included those of the states of Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. The Indian Armed Forces presented a tri-services tableau titled Operation Sindoor, Victory Through Jointness, symbolizing strength, unity and the guarding of national sovereignty through transformed defence capabilities. Indian Air Force Dhruv ALH helicopters carried the flag of Operation Sindoor at Kartavya Path. First aerial formation of the day was Dhwaj formation, approaching in a striking inverted Y formation. 5 Mi-17 V5 helicopters of the 155 helicopter unit soared gracefully overhead, proudly carrying the English ensign along with the service ensigns of the Indian Army, Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force. Indian Army showcased the Drone Shakti Eagle on Arm during the parade. The Drone Shakti lorry, developed by Corps of Electronics and Mechanical Engineers to enhance the operational capabilities of the Indian Army in forward areas. The parade also featured a European Union contingent comprising of 4 flag bearers on 3 gypsies, carrying the flag of the European Union, the EU military staff flag and the flags of EU Naval Force Atalanta and EU Naval Force Aspides. Bactrian camels and Zaniskari ponies marched as part of the Him Yodha contingent, showcasing units trained for high-altitude operations in the Himalayas. In a rare recognition of courage beyond Earth's atmosphere, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla was conferred the Ashok Chakra, the country's highest peacetime gallantry award, on Republic Day by President Murmu. Greetings from across the globe also poured in. US President Donald Trump extended his heartfelt congratulations to the government and people of India. He added that United States and India share a historic bond as the world's oldest and largest democracies. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio sent his heartfelt congratulations to the people of India, emphasizing the historic bond between the two nations. Russian Embassy in New Delhi also extended its greetings, sharing a video featuring embassy staff speaking in various Indian languages. French President Emmanuel Macron, who was the Republic Day chief guest in 2024, extended his best wishes for the celebrations. Israeli Embassy in India extended warm Republic Day greetings to India, celebrating the nation's enduring freedom and vibrant democracy. Maldives Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdullah Khalil sent warm greetings to India and External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, highlighting the long-standing India-Maldives relationship. Singapore High Commissioner Simon Wong congratulated India on Republic Day and wished continued prosperity for the nation. Republic Day was celebrated across Indian missions around the globe. A reception was held in Dubai, bringing together senior leaders from India and the UAE. UAE Minister of Foreign Trade Thani Al Zayodi attended this reception hosted by Consulate General of India in Dubai, along with Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment Ramdas Athavale. In Bangladesh, the 77th Republic Day of India was celebrated in Dhaka with enthusiasm and patriotic fervour. On Monday, at the High Commission of India, members of the Indian community took part in large numbers in the celebrations at the Chancery building. Indian High Commissioner Dr. Shilpak Ambule led the Indian diaspora community to celebrate the 77th Republic Day event in Singapore. Dr. Ambule read the President's address and congratulated over the 1,200 members of the community who gathered for the event. You're watching Express News. We're heading for a short break. Stay with us.
76 years ago, India chose not just freedom, but a republic.
India, that is Bharat, shall be a sovereign democratic republic.
An idea shaped by debate, strengthened by diversity, and guided by the Constitution. From democratic roots to linguistic federalism, from social justice to global leadership. This is India, a voice of the global south, a voice for the world. Watch our Republic Day special, India, Democracy in Motion, on 26 January at these times, only on TD India.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Johar.
अरे it fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Express News. Gold surged to a record high above $5,000 an ounce on Monday, extending a historic rally as investors piled into the safe haven asset amid rising geopolitical uncertainties. The dollar fell in Asian trade on Monday amid speculation that US officials could join their Japanese counterparts to help support the yen after a recent sell-off, while equities started the week with losses. The yen has been sliding amid worries about Japan's fiscal position, the central bank's decision not to hike interest rates further, and expectations that US Fed will hold off cutting its own borrowing costs this week. China and Hong Kong stocks closed roughly flat on Monday as gains in non-ferrous metal and financial shares offset losses in technology names. Oil prices rose on Monday after climbing more than 2% in the previous session due to production disruptions in major US crude-producing regions. China said on Monday that a preliminary trade deal with Canada does not target any third parties after the United States threatened to impose 100% tariffs on Canadian products if the agreement was finalized. Irish airline Ryanair on Monday announced a sharp drop in net profits for its third quarter, weighed down by a hefty fine from Italy's competition authority. Czech businessman Daniel Kretinsky has launched a takeover bid for French-based electronics and appliance retailer Fnac Darty, a deal valuing the struggling group at over $1.18 billion. The United States is increasing material deliveries and intelligence sharing with Nigeria as the country battles various jihadist groups, U.S. Africa Command's deputy commander said. U.S. Under-Secretary of Defense for Policy Elbridge Colby and South Korean Defense Minister Ahn Gyu-bak agreed during talks on Monday to deepen cooperation on Seoul's pursuit of a nuclear-powered submarine. U.S. President Donald Trump defended his administration's immigration crackdown on Sunday after a second fatal shooting by federal agents in Minneapolis. In a Truth Social post on Sunday, Trump said that the operation was central to his 2024 presidential win and Republicans' control of Congress. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison continue to urge the Trump administration to pull U.S. immigration agents out of their state after another fatal shooting of a U.S. citizen. Nurses and other concerned citizens held a vigil on Sunday at a makeshift shrine of flowers and candles in frigid temperatures to mark Saturday's fatal shooting of Alex Prete, a 37-year-old nurse. Trump administration officials stated that Prete assaulted officers, compelling them to fire in self-defense. Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, said on Sunday that she had enough of orders from Washington in reference to pressure from the United States since the strikes and capture of deposed autocrat Nicolas Maduro. Iran's armed forces have entered a state of full alert in response to current enemy military deployments, as the United States President Donald Trump said that the United States has a massive naval force heading towards Iran. members of the country's National Security and Foreign Policy Commission said. The Kremlin on Monday said that US brokered trilateral talks in the UAE between Russian and Ukrainian negotiators had been held in a constructive spirit, but that there was still significant work ahead. At least 11 people were killed and 12 more were wounded on Sunday in an armed attack at a soccer field in the central Mexican state of Guanajuato, local authorities reported. 4 bags containing human remains were also found on Saturday night in the same town. At least 3 people were killed in a massive fire at a food factory near the city of Trikala in central Greece. The cause of the fire, which erupted in the early morning hours, is not clear yet. The death toll from a ferry boat accident in the southern Philippines has reached at least 18, 24 missing, with 310 people rescued. Hundreds of Salvadorans take to the streets to protest against the government of President Nayib Bukele, calling for an end to the state of emergency imposed in March 2022. The measure has led to more than 90,000 people being jailed. Myanmar's dominant pro-military party has won junta-run elections, a party source told AFP on Monday after a month-long vote that democracy watchdogs dismissed as a rebranding of army rule. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's public approval rating has slipped in new polling ahead of a national election next month. The support for her administration fell below 70% for the first time since she became Japan's first female premier in October, dropping to 67% from 75% in December. The dip came as Takaichi faced criticism for abruptly calling a snap election for February 8th, just over a year after the last lower house vote in October 2024 for a 4-year term. Costa Rican presidential candidate Claudia Dobles of the Citizen Agenda Coalition closes her election campaign in the city of San Jose ahead of February 1st poll. I quote her, "We are the ones who can unite this country," she said. Thousands of Australians gathered in the state capital on Monday to celebrate Australia's National Day, with hundreds of citizenship ceremonies being held across the country. You're watching Express News. We're heading for a short break. Keep watching TV India.
The flypast at the Kartavya Path starts with the Dhwaj formation. The first would carry the Indian tricolor, to be followed by the flags of Army, Navy and Air Force. For the very first time, Indian Army is participating in the Republic Day parade. As you can see, this is the pride of Indian Army, the Apache helicopters. But what kind of preparations are there before they finally make it to the Kartavya Path? Watch our special program Rise of Bharat on 26 Jan 8:30 PM only on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Express News on DD India. A monster storm swept across the United States, killing at least 10 people and leaving over 840,000 without power. Heavy snow, sleet and freezing rain have grounded nearly 19,000 flights since Saturday. Emergency declarations are in effect across 20 states and Washington, D.C. President Donald Trump has called the storms historic and approved federal disaster declarations in 12 states, including South Carolina, Virginia and Louisiana. Communities mobilized to protect vulnerable residents, with volunteers offering rides to warming shelters and distributing food and water. Officials warn that prolonged exposure to extreme cold can quickly cause hypothermia or frostbite. Forecasters caution that dangerously cold wind chills will stretch from the southern plains to the northeast, posing serious risks for travel and daily activities. Residents are urged to stay indoors and monitor local weather updates. Families in Charlotte, North Carolina enjoy a rare snowy Sunday as the storm passes through. Light snow, sleet and freezing rain turn roads into makeshift sledging spots, combining outdoor fun with hazardous travel conditions for locals unaccustomed to snowfall. At least 17 people have died and dozens remain missing after a landslide and flash floods hit Indonesia's West Java province early on Saturday. Rescue operations continue despite unstable terrain and ongoing rainfall. Hundreds of rescue personnel, drones and tracking dogs are deployed in West Java to search for survivors after the landslide and floods. Authorities warn residents to avoid landslide-prone zones due to the risk of secondary disasters. Snow-covered streets around New York's Times Square. Vehicles moved slowly as people walked through heavy snowfall. Snow-clearing machines were deployed as crew worked to keep roads and sidewalks open. Srinagar's Zojila Pass reopens after heavy snowfall blocked the route. Snow clearance teams worked round the clock to restore connectivity. Traffic resumes with caution amid lightning, icy conditions, and travelers are advised to stay updated on weather alerts. Frost forms on vehicle tops as a severe cold wave grips the city. Residents wake up to icy mornings and chilly winds. Authorities advise precautionary measures to stay warm. The cold wave is expected to continue for the next few days. Bolivians celebrated the annual festival Alicitas, where people buy miniature versions of desired goods and have them blessed by indigenous shamans, hoping their wishes come true. This year's Alicitas festivities come amid a political shift to a new centre-right government, with many attendees expressing optimism for stability and a brighter future. Zoo visitors in Tokyo catch a final glimpse of the popular pandas that are set to return to China, leaving Japan without the beloved animals for the first time in half a century. Many visitors at Uena Zoological Gardens described the animals as symbols of friendship between China and Japan, with some moved to tears as they watched the beloved pair enjoy bamboo one last time. A dome-fronted submersible has descended nearly 1,000 meters off Indonesia, searching for new species, plastic-eating microbes and compounds that could lead to future medicines. In Teocelo, in Mexico, devotees gathered for the annual Santo Entierro de Cristo festival, honoring the image of Christ in the tomb. The Santo Entierro de Cristo festival celebration featured a vibrant procession along with community rituals such as colorful floral offerings, traditional clothing and dances. Thailand has released 2-year-old endangered Indo-Pacific leopard sharks near Malton Island, Phuket. Bred and trained in aquariums for nearly 2 years, the sharks are now being tracked to help restore the species and protect marine life. A cow named Veronica is challenging views on animal intelligence by using a broom as a multifunctional tool. Researchers note her problem-solving skills revealing unexpected cognitive abilities in the cattle. Scientists say Veronica's case highlights the potential for exploring the intelligence of farm animals, which often goes unnoticed because they are not typically kept as pets. At China's Yiwu market, a red plush horse with a sad face has gone viral ahead of the Lunar New Year. Originally a smiling decoration, a manufacturing error gave it a downward mouth. Online users dubbed it the crying horse, reflecting workplace stress for young workers. Demand soared and the shop continues producing the flawed version due to its popularity. Bharat Parv event promotes initiatives such as Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat and Dekho Apna Desh, while encouraging domestic tourism, supporting artisans and strengthening national integration. The Ministry of Tourism will organize Bharat Parv as part of the Republic Day celebrations in front of Red Fort from 26th to 31st of January. Karnataka's Mangaluru celebrated the vibrant colour festival with great enthusiasm. People gathered to throw colours, dance and enjoy the festive atmosphere. The event brought together families and friends in a joyful celebration. American hip-hop artist Playboy Carti and British rock musician Youngblood set Lollapalooza India 2026 on fire on day one, delivering high-energy performances that kept tens of thousands of fans on their feet and grooving to the beats. British actress Lena Headey and American actress and comedian Chloe Fineman have joined Red, White and Royal Wedding, Amazon MGM's romantic comedy sequel. Headey will play Princess Catherine, while Fineman's role is yet to be revealed. Indian actors Mammootty and Mohanlal starrer Patriot, a social political action thriller, will release worldwide on April 23, 2026. The film explores social and political themes with the tagline "Dissent is Patriotic." Veteran actor Dharmendra has been awarded the Padma Vibhushan posthumously for his legendary contribution to Indian cinema. The iconic star, known for classics like Sholay and Chupke Chupke, had a career spanning over 6 decades. Singer Alka Yagnik and Malayalam superstar Mammootty are among the prominent names honoured at the Padma Awards 2026 for their outstanding contribution to the arts. Shah Rukh Khan's starrer King will hit the theatres on December 24th. The film reunites SRK and director Siddharth Anand after the blockbuster Pathaan. Indian actor Salman Khan and Himesh Reshamya have reunited for the first song, Matrbhumi, from the war drama Battle of Galwan. Matrbhumi patriotic song is sung by Arijit Singh and Shreya Ghoshal, directed by Apurva Lakhia. Battle of Galwan is set to release in theatres on April 17th. Bollywood actors Sunny Deol and Jyotika will star in an upcoming action thriller. Production is set to begin in February, produced by Ritesh Sidhwani, Farhan Akhtar and A.R. Murugadas. The small-budget family entertainer Binny and Family is earning strong word-of-mouth appreciation and is currently trending on a digital platform, emerging as a feel-good favourite among the viewers. On to sports now. India crushed New Zealand by 8 wickets in the third T20 International in Guwahati to take an unassailable 3-0 lead in the 5-match series. India chased down the target of 154 in just 10 overs, making it the fastest run chase of 150 or more by a full member nation in T20 international history. Opener Abhishek Sharma also joined the record book, slamming the second fastest T20 international half-century by an Indian. Perth Scorchers edged in the Big Bash League history by clinching the record-extending 6th title after defeating Sydney Sixers by 6 wickets in the grand finale. Sunrisers Eastern Cape clinched their third SA20 title with a memorable 6-wicket victory after Pretoria Capitals. In Khelo India Winter Games, ITBP women secured the ice hockey gold at the NDS Stadium in Leh. Meanwhile, Ladakh's men secured the bronze medal by beating ITBP 3-2 in a thrilling encounter. World champion D. Gukesh bounced back against Vladimir Fedorov, securing a victory after 2 consecutive losses at the Tata Steel Masters 2026 chess tournament. Meanwhile, in an all-Indian clash, Arjun Ergaizi and Aravind Chitambram settled for a draw, taking half a point each. R. Pragananda managed to eke out a draw against 14-year-old Grandmaster Yagis Khan Erdoğan's. Jessica Pegula knocked out defending champion Madison Keys at the Australian Open to reach the quarterfinals on Monday. 4th seed Amanda Anisimova maintained her Grand Slam momentum by beating China's Wang Jino. In the men's contest, 5th seed Lorenzo Musetti produced an inspired display to ease past American Taylor Fritz. FIFA revealed the official logo for the 2027 Women's World Cup at a gala event in Rio de Janeiro. Manchester United loosened Arsenal's grip on the Premier League title race with a 3-2 win in London thanks to stunning goals by Patrick Dorgu and Matheus Cunha. With that, we end this edition of Express News. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.